very much about a homecoming to my ancestral homeland of Armenia. A couple summers ago, I went there for the first time, and I had spent my entire life hearing from family, go to Armenia, visit the land of your ancestors, and all the feelings that would come from that, your connection to the land, to the people, to the culture. And it was all of those things. It was the most incredible experience to be there. But it also came with this realization of some harsh realities. The state of the economy there, that there's such poverty outside of the capital, political corruption, that there's this massive movement of my generation kind of fleeing the country for better opportunity, various other things. And going there and seeing all of these things kind of, this land that's supposed to feel like your home, and things kind of quite not sitting right all the time. A lot of my previous works have commented somehow on the Armenian genocide. That topic, when I went to Armenia, it's so embedded in the country, and it's still heavy on the people there, and the piece kind of really gravitated towards going in that direction. So the piece is for chamber ensemble and also for electronic playback and live processing. And the electronic playback takes field recordings that I had taken from my trip to Armenia. The live component, the material that the players are performing, it very much pulls from influences of folk music. I'm asking the players to not always perform so precisely. It's okay for things to sound gritty. It's okay for their entrances to be a little off from each other, just like maybe it would be if you were in a circle playing folk music. So I want it to sound very natural.
Well, the thing about adding electronics to a piece like this with different styles and kind of referencing different styles is you're allowed to create real spaces, or you're able to create real spaces. So, for instance, this piece filters into like the sound of a radio, and then kind of expands to the sound of a way bigger than a concert hall could be. And electronics give you a way to create sonic experiences outside and inside the music.
Bass clarinet is in some ways an extremely loud instrument, so all the multiphonics at the end are very, very loud, and it's easy to be heard in that. But then in the mid-range of the bass clarinet specifically, it is difficult to really make that heard, even when you're not playing with a super classical sound. Even if you're making that sound really bright, it's hard to cut through. And so then it's the group, lots of electronics, lots of other instruments that brighter overtones.
When you work with live musicians, you have to kind of readjust levels, play with the backtrack, and I'm sure Mary will change the fixed track more before the performance. So it's kind of it becomes more of a process to work with electronics, and it has to be a give and take between the live sounds and the way that you heard it in your head.